to introduce the governor of the great state of Arkansas, Sarah Huckabee Sanders. All right. I've got more. Yeah. She's the only woman to serve as a state governor. She's currently the youngest governor in the nation. Go ahead. You realize. She served as press secretary in the White House for President Trump. If you feel it, go with it. That's what I'm doing. Her accomplishments are numerous, and for one thing, her LEARNS Act transformed the education system in Arkansas, and now we're the envy of the nation because of that. She raised teacher pay from almost the bottom to I think third or fourth in the nation in the first 100 days that she was in there. I could list her accomplishments, but we would be here all day. So I'm going to cut to the chase, okay? I'm going to boil it down. I've been in public service for 32 years, and in that time, I've worked with 6 different governors. I can truthfully tell you that Sarah and her staff accomplished more in the first 100 days than most of the governors did in their whole career. I'm serious. And she brought common sense to state government. That's right. And I personally think she's the best thing that ever happened to the state of Arkansas. And when I grow up, I want to be just like her. So without further ado, I want to introduce the governor of the great state of Arkansas, and y'all welcome Sarah Huckabee Sanders. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It is great to be here and great to see my good friend. Mark is one of the best legislators in the entire state, and the reason that he's so good is because he loves his community and his state with a passion that is hard to find. He is a true public servant, and he's also the very most fun to ever have at any sporting event. I'm just sad you didn't bring your pom-poms. I wondered if he was going to dance while he was up here. I think it may be for the best that he chose not to, but I love getting to serve alongside him, and he is truly one of the most committed members of the legislature because he pours his heart and soul into everything he does. And it has been a true privilege and an honor to get to serve alongside him. And I'm glad that I get to be here in your community and your district today. So thank you for all that you're doing and the way that you represent our state. So exciting to be back in this area. I've been coming to this place with Miss Lori since as long as I can remember. I know my dad has been here many times, and I think I came here for the first time when I could barely see over the table. And such a special place, and so thank you, Lori, for opening your place. She told me that next time she'd like a little more notice. That's when you know you've known somebody for a long time, is they don't care if you're the governor, they're going to call you out for not giving further heads up, which I love, and we're so thankful for all that you do. Do a lot when it comes to promoting our state and our parks and our heritage and keeping Arkansas beautiful, and so committed to that, and so we're really grateful. But this is really the pride of what you do, is this place, and I am making sure that we get to-go plates for all of our team before we leave. So thank you. I've come here before and everything's sold out, so if you don't come early, you miss out, but we're excited to be back here. Mayor, thank you for having us. We had the chance to spend a little time together this morning, and great to be here. I think we've got the county judge and the sheriff that are somewhere around here. We got a chance to be at the elementary school this morning and going to be together all day, but what a great representation of our state here in this community. The reason that we started the Capital for a Day events is actually something that my dad used to do similar, is because it is so important to have the opportunity to go into a community, connect with the people, see all of the great things that are happening that you might not otherwise know if you don't show up, but also so that we can troubleshoot, answer questions, deal with challenges that people are having right then and there on the spot. I'm really proud of what we've been able to accomplish in the last 2.5 years since I became governor. I think our state is doing better than it's ever done. And Mark, I won't tell my dad that you said that I've gotten more done in the first 100 days. And you said then almost, so we'll let it slide. But I have an amazing success story. Great things are happening in our state, and it's because we focused on things that matter, things that make a difference in communities both big and small. We've leaned in on education, making that a huge priority, not just raising starting teacher pay, but also bringing literacy programs, more after school. We got a chance to hear about how some of the high-impact tutoring grants are making a real difference right here in this community earlier this morning. And so it's great to see those things that are happening. We've been able to cut taxes 3 times in the last 2 years, knocking 20% off our state income tax. We've leaned in on public safety, getting regulations out of the way. I'm proud of the fact that I'm the first governor in the country that kicked China off of our farmland and out of our state and made them pay for it on the way out. In this part of Arkansas, our agriculture community is one of the most important things. But it's not just this area, it's the backbone of who we are, and we have to protect it. And it's not just about making sure that we can feed our state, but it's a national security issue. If a country becomes dependent on somebody else for their food, they simply cannot survive. And I know that because of the hardworking people that live in this area of Arkansas, that's never going to be the case for us. We're never going to have to worry about whether or not we have people that will do what it takes to put food on the table. It's what makes me so proud to be governor of Arkansas. We have not only the best state, but it's because we have the best people. And that's so representative right here in this area. Just like I love the people of Arkansas, I love the people I get to work with. The reason that we've been able to have great success and do amazing things here in the state is because I have the best team of any governor anywhere in the country. You're only as good as the people that surround you. We can have all the great policy in the world, but if we don't have good people that are dedicated and committed to implementing, then it doesn't matter. And I'm proud of this group of people that I get to serve alongside. This is all of the members of my cabinet. And it's important for them to get a chance to tell you who they are and what they do. People hear me talk all the time, but these are the people who are doing the really heavy lifting. They're doing the real work that's making a difference every single day in every community across the state. Without them, none of these big things happen. And so one of the reasons that we started Capital for a Day, like I said, is we want you to know some of the things that we're doing, but we also want to be here to be supportive, answer questions. And so if you have anything hard or that's not going right in this area, talk to these people. If there's anything that's going really well, then you can come talk to me. Only kidding, but they're doing such a tremendous job. And I want you to know who they are, the agencies they represent, so that if there's a way that we can serve you better, that's why we're here. Our job is to make our state just a little bit better each and every single day, and each one of them are fully committed to making sure that happens. I hope that after we leave here today, none of you will feel like our son George. My husband Brian is here with me. We have 3 kids. I tell people all the time that I've had some great titles in life. I've been the White House press secretary. I now get to be governor. But the best and most important one I have is that of being a mom, in part because it gives me great perspective. And it reminds me that every single thing I'm doing will have a direct impact on the lives of my own kids, as well as every kid growing up in Arkansas. But my kids aren't too impressed by most of the work I've done, or anything really at the ages of 13, 11, and 10. It's very hard to impress them. My son George was going with me to Bring Your Kid to Work Day at the Capitol a few months ago. And George and I were headed to the office, and I was telling him all the things that we were going to do that day. And I told him that afternoon he was going to, while I was in a couple of meetings, he was going to participate in a couple of games and competitions with other kids that were there with their parents, and that they could win prizes. George looks over at me, he goes, "What kind of prizes?" I said, "Well, I don't know, George, but I'm sure it'll be great." He goes, "I really hope it's not one of those lame win a lunch with the governor kind of things." So hopefully you are going to have a slightly better than win a lunch with the governor type of day. But we're so honored by your presence. We're thankful that we get to share this time with you. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Secretary Jacob Oliva, who's the Secretary of Education, does a great job, and is sporting the hometown team this morning. So he's already sucking up in a big way, and we're here for that. But thank y'all for letting us be here, and thank you for representing Arkansas in such a tremendous way. Jacob.
Thank you. Good afternoon. My name's Jacob Oliva, and I'm an honorary Bobcat today. Yes. Right? Make sure I get that right. Thank you for allowing me to spend some time with your schools. We've heard a lot about our priorities initiatives. We are not going to stop till every student in this state graduates ready to be enlisted, enrolled, or employed. And it's because of this governor, her commitment, her passion, we're making that happen. I'll be here the rest of the day. If anybody has any questions, they want to talk about what we're doing to help improve education across the state, I'm more than happy to meet with you. Thank you.
Thanks, Darren. Well, I'm Wes Ward from the Department of Agriculture. It's great to see so many familiar faces out here from the ag community within our state in this area. And just want to recognize the governor and her leadership. She talked about kicking China off of our farmland here in Arkansas. The first governor, the only governor to do that. And I promise you, there's not another governor in the country that has done more and has a bigger heart for agriculture than what Governor Sanders does. And so we very much appreciate that. So, and I'll give you another example. We were just here last month for the Dumas Corn Supper. We presented the Governor's Corn Month proclamation. We met with the Hill family this morning. So just a lot of great things, a lot of great farmers in this area. We know times are tough, and we just appreciate all that y'all are doing. If there's anything that we can do for you, please let us know. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Shane Corey. I'm the Secretary for the Department of Energy and Environment. This is my first time to Dumas, and I've learned that our rivals are McGee, right? So I've heard there's a huge difference, so go Bobcats. I don't know what McGee are, but at Department of Energy and Environment, we have several different things going on, and I think the greatest thing I get to do is help make sure that our energy and our environmental policies are aligned and that we're making sense of what we're doing on our energy side. We have recently had a great advancement on the Oil and Gas Commission side where we have approved some units to help Arkansas be a worldwide producer in lithium in South Arkansas, just further west over here. So we're excited about that and that opportunity. On the environmental side, we always have a lot of different things going on the environmental side. But I will tell you that I usually go into places and tell people that we're really the buffer between you and EPA. And I can tell you right now, it is nice to have an administration that aligns with our views of environment, to make sure that we are protecting our clean air and our clean water and our land resources, but doing so in a way that makes sense and putting Arkansas first in regulating those things. So, Governor, I appreciate your support in all those things, and we are going to make sure that we're doing those things. But it's refreshing to have a federal government that aligns with our priorities. So thank y'all. If you have questions, permitting is always a big thing that we do. We're always about promoting compliance. If you have questions, have a few people here as well. We're happy to answer those questions and make sure we're getting those permits out in a timely manner. So thank y'all for letting me be here.
Good afternoon, almost morning. Well, afternoon now. I'm Darrell Bassett. I'm Secretary of Department of Labor and Licensing. It's good to always be back in Dumas again, seeing so many familiar faces. It's good to be here, and I thank you, Governor, for giving us an opportunity to come to the area again and really talk to businesses, and that's what we do. We're into workforce development, talking to businesses, seeing what obstacles lie, what barriers exist that are keeping them from thriving and being the kind of business that they want to be. And so that's what we've been doing this morning, and we'll continue to do this afternoon. After we finish, if there are any questions that you might have, I'm here. And they don't have to be softball questions. They can be hardball questions as well, because that's what we're here for. We want to make a difference in the lives of the people that are in the state of Arkansas, and that's why we do these on such a local level. So again, I see a lot of friends out there, a lot of people I've met in the past, and I encourage you to come up and give me a shout.
So I'm Renee Mallory. I'm Secretary of Health, so that means I have the health department. And in each county, we have a local health unit. Some counties, we have two. In this county, we're lucky enough to have two, and that's only because of y'all. because we provide health services, environmental health services, and we do that through a partnership with the county. The counties own our buildings, they have upkeep on our buildings, and then we provide the staff in those buildings. So I'd like to have a shout out for Judge Smith. I know Judge Smith took over for Judge Tyndall, who was very kind to us and did a lot for us, and Judge Smith has said he's going to do the same thing. I want to recognize I have two people here from actually local. Sarah Parker is our local health unit administrator. I'm sure some of y'all know her. So if you have questions about any of the services we provide, talk to Sarah. And then I have Kimber Higginbotham here, who is regional director. So see those two, or see me if you have any questions about what we do. Thank you.
Good morning or good afternoon. I'm Janet Mann. I'm the Secretary of the Department of Human Services, which Renee tried to ignore me for. So we are in charge of Medicaid, so health care, but also a big priority with ensuring safe and healthy families with child welfare and youth services. We serve about 1 million residents a year. Trying to work myself out of a job through economic independence, but we are always happy to help if you need it. So we'll be around to answer any questions if you need them. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Shay Lewis. I'm the Secretary of the Arkansas Department of Parks, Heritage, and Tourism. And we have the honor and privilege of promoting, protecting, preserving, interpreting some of the state's most well-known natural, historical, and cultural resources across our state. We have a great opportunity with the resources that we have. We've seen those today. I'm here with Marty Ryle, the director of the Division of Heritage. We were able to visit Main Street and see the work of the Main Street program today, but also the DeShay County Museum. And Miss Peggy's a great resource for this community and passionate about preserving the history here. And so our job is to promote the state, but also Governor Sanders has set some goals for us to increase the tourism economy in our state, as well as the outdoor recreation economy across our state. She took that so seriously that she created the Natural State Initiative, being led by First Gentleman Brian Sanders. For us, yes. For us to work together as state agencies, to work with public and nonprofit partners, to create creative ways to build that economy and make sure the investments we're making in those resources across our state are there to see a return for our guests and visitors alike. And so it's a great honor and privilege that we have. We want to be a resource to you today. If you have questions about how we can help out, Marty and I will be here and happy to answer those questions. So thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Mike Hager. I'm the Secretary of Department of Public Safety and Director of State Police. I apologize that I'm overdressed. General Bridges and I, because of our schedule before and after, we rarely have an opportunity to dress down, and unfortunately today was not one of those exceptions. So proud to be here, proud to serve with this governor. One thing that I think it's important to know that any government, the number one priority of that government, whatever the entity is, whatever the level of government it is to protect their citizens. And that's something that we take very seriously. There's a famous psychologist named Maslow, and he had this hierarchy of needs. And at the very bottom of that triangle, or that pyramid, if you look at it, it's just things that sustain life, whether it's food, water, shelter, whatever. Right above that is public safety. You have to feel safe and secure before you can reach the top of that pyramid, which is self-actualization, which is what a lot of my partners here, that's where they fit in. I'm very used to being at the bottom of the pyramid. So it's a natural place for me. But under this governor, she has put her actions where her words are at. 25 years ago, we had 490 Arkansas State troopers. That's badge-wearing, gun-toting troopers. That was 25 years ago. Fast forward to 2 years ago, when this governor took office, 2.5 now, we had 480. So the population had grown by 300,000 or 400,000 people, but we had 118 less troopers. We had a conversation about that right before she took office, and during her time, and again, it goes back to putting actions into words, during her time in this administration, we've already put 155 troopers to work. During her, yes. We're starting another 70 in a class coming up. Now, the reason that's important to a community like this is we're an assisting agency. That's our sole purpose, is to assist your local law enforcement. A lot of my brothers that are standing here around you, it's our job to assist them, to give them the resources that they need when they need them. And it's something that we take a lot of pride in. We're also building a new crime lab, and we have our crime lab director that's with us today, Dr. Ted Brown. It helps in that adjudication process. It helps. It all comes full circle. So we're very proud of the work we're doing. We're very proud of the support that this governor has given us, and it makes your community safer, I can assure you. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Allison Bragg. I'm the Secretary of the Department of Inspector General. I'll tell y'all what that means in just a little bit. But first, thank y'all so much for having us here in Dumas. It's so good to be in an agricultural community in a small Arkansas town. That's a town like I grew up in. And it's good to see some precious friends that I know from back in college and see that they're now the people that are keeping Dumas running and keeping everything together here. So it's such an honor to be here. At Inspector General, what we do is evaluate how your tax dollars are being spent. We conduct investigations and audits to keep the state accountable for how we are spending your money. This governor is committed to lowering your taxes. She has already done that. She'll continue to do that, and it's our job to help make sure that the money we do collect is used exactly as it should be. So please let me know if I can help with anything, and thank you all again for having us.
All right, you notice how they put me towards the end, and that's an important fact. Air Force pilot, I'm Colonel Rob Ader. I'm better known as Gator. You never give a pilot an opportunity in a room and a microphone because he'll suck the air out of the place because he likes the sound of his own voice. So I will tell you that hopefully you're noticing a trend here, that the governor, when we talk about what she's doing, there's a term called intentionality. And she is very, very focused on not just talking about things, but getting things done. She challenged me when she asked me to do this job, to do more to honor the service of those that have worn our nation's cloth. And just to let you understand the impact in this community, in Deshay County, there's about 537 veterans that are currently living in your community. But they bring about $12 million a year worth in benefits to this city and this county. So, and when you talk about the surrounding counties, we're up to about close to $80 million that is coming to you because of the veterans. And that's not even speaking of the core of who they are as culturally as veterans and people that have sought service and have worn our nation's cloth during bad times. But these people are dedicated to providing service, and I just really wanted more than anything else is to say thank you. It's great to be here in Deshay County because this feels like America. This is what we fought for, and this is why we stand and wore the uniform of our country. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you for all that you're doing with the veterans and taking care of them and giving them a purpose. So more than that, I just want to say thank you for all that you do.
That's right. It's great to be in Dumas. It's a privilege to be in Dumas. It's a privilege to work for Governor Sanders. It's a privilege to be a part of this great team. And she likes to use the phrase, and she said it earlier, the Arkansas is great because it's a great state because there are great people in Arkansas. And there are great people in Dumas. And I've served with them. And so this place is a patriotic community. It loves its state and it loves its nation. And so there have been a lot of people from Dumas that I've served with. And so I thank you for what you represent for our state and our nation. My name is Chad Bridges. I'm the Secretary of the Arkansas Department of Military and the Adjutant General of the Arkansas National Guard. And so we have 9,000 members across all 75 counties working to serve you and defend our nation. And so many of them, as I've said, have been here in Dumas. And Mr. Mayor, thank you for your service. And I can just tell you that this governor is committed to helping you. And so if there's something that the Arkansas National Guard can do to help the city of Dumas and this region, she will be very quickly to say, go do. And we will be very quick to be here to help you and support you. We are seeing extreme success in recruiting. And so under her leadership and in this state. And so I just share with you, it's not too late to serve, and wearing this uniform will change people's lives. Wearing this uniform will change people's lives, and we look forward to getting Arkansas's best serving in the Arkansas National Guard. I'm last because I have the best haircut. Hogan, what are you laughing at? But I'm last because I think I wear this uniform. But I just reiterate that this is a great state. It is a great state because there are great people. And it's a privilege to be in Dumas. And I know that I'm in the right place if there's okra here. So thank you for being a place that promotes okra.
Well, like I said, we have the best team of any governor's office anywhere in the country, and you can see that in the way that they love the jobs that they have. And so thankful for each one of them for being willing to do what they do every single day. There's not a lot of fanfare, and there can often be a lot of difficulties, but they show up and they work hard, and I'm honored I get the chance to serve with them. Speaking of service, I see Representative Kim Ferguson over here. I want to make sure we recognize him. And one of the things I love about him being here is it really shows what these days are about. We're from different parties, but this is not a political event. This is about public service and how we can each do our jobs just a little bit better. And so thank you for being willing to be here. Thank you for working alongside us to help improve our state. Each one of us got involved because we love Arkansas. We love the people. This is our home too. And we want this to be the very best state in the country. It's why I ran for governor, because I was sick and tired of watching our state compete at the bottom. I was tired of us being ranked 48th and 49th and 50th in everything, that I knew we could be first and second. And now we are. Arkansas is competing with every other state in the country when it comes to recruitment, when it comes to retention, when it comes to investment, when it comes to education. Arkansas is way out kicking our coverage. And it's because of the amazing people that we have the privilege of serving. We just needed to get rid of some of the barriers, create a better environment, and let you do what you do best. And I'm so proud that I get to be governor of the best state anywhere in the country. Our economic growth is up. People are moving into Arkansas in a way that we haven't seen before. We were the #1 state in the country for inbound migration last year, meaning more people are moving here than anywhere else. Our tourism records are booming. In the last year alone, we had 50 million visitors come to our state. Other people are starting to take notice of what makes Arkansas so special and so incredible. I'm proud I get to serve as your governor. I look forward to visiting with you, working with you so that we can continue to move Arkansas to the very top so that we're right where we belong. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for making us the best state in the country. God bless.